All right, Shalom. Like always, I want to start off giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahara Kakwadash. Double honors to the teachers of Israel, the apostles of the group that go by the name of Great Millstone, and salutations to the elect. So, yeah, I got a black eye. I don't know if I might do something, but here you go. Really, I don't know how my whole eye got black. Really, it was just a deep cut on this side, and somehow that turned to this. But anyway, oh, these bugs here. Big tiny ants. Like half the size of an ant. Slacky. So, well, the big thing in the news is Trump bringing in the National Guard over there in Washington. And really, that's just, getting martial law ready, man. That's really what that is. It's martial law, man. I'm laughing because maybe I should take that out of the picture here. That ain't not even good for the background. Yeah, martial law, man. That's what that is the setup for. Even these immigrant laws, that's, because anything that they do towards the immigrants is going to be what they're going to be able to do to anybody that doesn't have the mark of the beast. Because essentially, if you're not accepting the mark of the beast, you're not a citizen of this system. There you go. Everybody's all gung-ho. Oh, these, not everybody, but that's what stands out to me because I am an Israelite from the Northern Kingdom. Me being a little carnal there in the fact that, that affects Northern Kingdom, even though they don't realize they're Israelites, which is ultimately the reason why it's affecting us in the way it is. Because we're Israelites. Anything that they even plan on doing to the rest of the nations, it's going to affect us. Because we're Israelites. We're not in our heaven yet, man. We're in our hell. This is hell. I just not that long, a couple hours ago, we're living in hell, man. This is living hell right now for us, man. And all of these laws that are passing, all of these rules that they're coming out with, whether it's for immigrants or even whether it's for, the homeless over there in D.C. Okay, it's still, gonna affect us Israelites. And more than anything, the Israelites that don't get right with Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, man. So essentially, this is martial law, man. This is martial law. Let's go into that. Because essentially that's what he's getting ready to bring out. You know what I was thinking too? There was a lot of TikToks being shown where there's a lot of Northern Kingdom in the bounty hunters or ICE, whatever they are. There's a lot of Northern Kingdom among them. That's probably all of the Venezuelans that were talked down to by the rest of the Hispanics here in America already, because they were fleeing over there. They're like, well, you know, if you want to get them, you know, they caught them probably. They were immigrants and said, we'll give you a chance to be here if you help us get the rest out. When they're like, who? Well, you'd be getting Mexicans out because we'd be going to California. Fuck it, let's do it, because they've gotten hate by the so-called Mexicans, man. And here you have in California, you know, Mexicans say, look, you're browner than me, and you know, you're a fucking Hispanic, what are you doing? That's all the hate they got from Mexicans, man. Was that thy brother? I'm not gonna go into that. I just thought I'd mention that, but it's all leading up to martial law, man. Oh, let's go into, of course, Second Esdras. Of course, I start going into my video, and flies begin to start bugging the shit out of me. I was not getting that at all before. But let me hit record to make a video. Start yawning. Second Esdras 15, and let's start at 14. Woe to the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword and their destruction draweth nigh. And one people shall stand up and fight against another people, and the sword in their hands. And you know, although they're in the Northern Kingdom of Venezuelan, they're in the Northern Kingdom, even though they're Venezuelan. And essentially, you know, it's getting to them. You know, they're just doing their job, of course, and they're getting citizenship. But you know, I'm sure, you know, it's irking them, man. There's Israelites, so you know they got, you know, it's weighing on them. Eventually, it's gonna weigh too heavy on them, man. But at the end of the day, you know, there's always been, you know, Israelites that go against other Israelites, and you know, betrayals and shit, man. Even though this scripture is about the devil, and that's what's happening to the devil right now. Though the devil, if the devil be against himself, his kingdom cannot stand, or be divided, his kingdom will not stand. You know, the Northern Kingdom and Southern Kingdom, we were divided, man. You know, so what happened? We all fell, man. Okay. And so yeah, we all fell. We all been going against each other. These devils use us to go against our own people, and it's easy because we don't even know. You know, the so-called black man, he's our brother. The Venezuelan, he's our brother. Like, they have too much pride in these borders and the name they've been given. Oh, Venezuela, you're a Venezuelan. You're Mexican. You're you know, Argentinian. They got so much pride in that, man. Not knowing the devil, first of all, if you fucking really take it back, we're all Israelites, man. Verse 15, 2 Ezra 15 and 50, for the sword and their destruction draweth nigh. One people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands. So eventually, we're going to come and fight this devil, together. All Israel, man. Because we're going to realize who we are. Even 2/3 of our own people, man. It's going to be too late for them to come back to 𝤉𝐄𝐄𝐅 and get, salvation. But, before the United States goes down, which is Babylon the Great, okay, there's going to be wars here, man. Of the people that are living here, citizens or not, man. I was going to say, what do they call that? Civil war, but it's going to, I believe, that's talking about the citizens. It's not even going to be all citizens here, man. There's so many immigrants here, and they keep coming. They still coming. They're not telling us the whole news. They're not even letting people know that there's still riots or protests happening over here in Los Angeles. The media says what they want to say, man. So yeah, there's still people coming over, man. I know of some. There's TikTokers that have been deported and already made it back. That's why Mexicans don't put that big of a fight. They should, because they don't even know that they're gonna just be deported next door. But they assume that's the worst that they could do. But no, they've been dropping our people off at the ocean, man. So, but eventually, all this is gonna come to light, and we're gonna find out, and we're gonna fight together. There's gonna be no reason not to come together, man. It's gonna make sense. That's why it says one people shall stand up and fight against another. The Israelites. Okay? We're going to come together and fight against these other nations, man. For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard the kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their way. Slakia. The course of their actions shall stand in their power, not their way, in their power. So they're gonna have the power to say, I'm gonna do this, and nobody's gonna stop them, man. Okay, 𝤉𝐄𝐄𝐅 is gonna take the power away from these devils, because they're usually the ones that stop Israelites from doing worse, getting put in prison. The whole legal system is gonna take a nosedive, man. So there's going to be no one to stop the Israelites from doing these crimes. You think they're advertising, people doing whatever they want? There's no law in the United States anymore? This is nothing, man. Okay? Fuck open carry. Everybody that can carry is going to be carrying. Whether it's legal or not. A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. Okay, it's going to be restrictions, martial law. These National Guard members are just, practicing. This is a practice run. For because of their pride the city shall be troubled, the house shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. Verse 19, a man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword, and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread, and for great tribulation. Okay, there ain't gonna be any holding back anymore. It's gonna be, nothing's gonna be holding them back. No holds bar, I was going to say. Okay. And I'm just going to read verse 20 for good measure. Behold, saith 𝤁𤄄𝐅𝐿, I will call together all the kings of the earth to reverence me, which are from the rising of the sun, from the south, from the east, and Lebanus, to turn themselves one against another and repay the things that they have done to them. To who? The Israelites, man. And to reverence who? Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh. Okay, our power. This is why, you know, ultimately it's easy when we understand this truth and we hear the words of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh. It's easy to say, what's Buddha got on us, man? What's Allah got on us, man? What's Jesus got on us? Because Jesus doesn't get pushed with the whole Bible. It's picked. They take out, as the scripture says, not to take out or add to it, man. You know, roughly paraphrasing. We're not, man. We're fair. Because why? Because we are the people of the book, the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans that want to continue to call themselves Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. For the most part, we are actually the Israelites, and there's going to be a remnant of us that realize that, man. And that's, you know, I wanted to read verse 20 because, you know, ultimately, you know, we're going to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, man. I'm in a dog park and somebody's coming in with a dog. So with that, I'm going to make this one short, man. That's what this is calling for, martial law. Shalom.